Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of Amazon makeup. You guys really seem to love all of my Amazon favorites and my Amazon find videos here on my channel. So for today's video, I figured I could show you a full face of Amazon makeup and show you guys a lot of my favorite makeup products that I like to get off of Amazon. But I also have a couple of new things that looked interesting that I want to test out as well from Amazon. How many times can you say Amazon in one sentence? I know some people have mixed feelings about shopping for makeup on sites like Amazon. Personally, I really enjoy it. I've never had any issues or gotten any faulty or bad products, I guess you could say. Of course, I love the convenience of shopping on Amazon, but not only that, I find that a lot of my favorite drugstore products and a lot of these staples that I find myself repurchasing over and over again are a lot cheaper on Amazon compared to actually going into a drugstore and shopping Rite Aid, Ulta, CVS, Walgreens, stores like that. The Amazon prices are a lot lower. So I hope that you guys enjoy, and let's just go ahead and jump on into it. I am going to be using both my tried and true favorite drugstore products that are available on Amazon, as well as a couple of new products that I never tried out. I figured I would test out a couple of new things just to make this video more interesting, to get some more of my opinions and stuff like that, instead of just showing you guys more of that favorite makeup that I've shown you time and time again. For my eyebrows today, I'm going to be testing out Maybelline's Total Temptation Brow Definer. You guys know I absolutely love the Total Temptation mascara, so when I saw this, I really wanted to test it out. I believe this was only $5 or $6 on Amazon. Before we go any further, I just went ahead and clipped back my hair to get it out of my face. So I'm excited to try this brow pencil, but I don't typically love brow definers like this because I usually like that more skinny type of crayon, but I guess we will see how this one works. And I picked this one up in the shade 310 medium brown, so I hope it's not too dark for me. So far, not bad. I think the color is pretty decent, maybe a little bit darker than I would typically go, but I don't know. I just don't like these brow definer tips. I don't even know why I purchased this one. They just get so flat so quickly, and they make it hard to get a nice precise brow. Maybe if you have thick eyebrows or you just want a quick fill, you don't really need to shape your brows, this would work. But I find it a little bit too thick for my eyebrows, and I don't like the short spoolie, and it is also a little bit rough and scratchy on the skin. I will say though, now that both of the eyebrows are pretty much done, I really like the finish and the texture of this pencil. It's just that perfect in between, pigmented but not too dry and waxy or too overly pigmented. It's a really, really nice texture for an eyebrow pencil, and I feel like it's giving a really beautiful, natural, fluffy fill to the brows, and I really like the end result so far. I am so incredibly excited to test out this eyeshadow palette that I got off of Amazon. This is Physicians Formula Butter Eyeshadow Palette in the shade Sultry Nights. Now this one is a little bit more pricey from the drugstore, but I don't think it's totally terrible for what you are getting. And honestly, the only other eyeshadows on Amazon that really appealed to me that I knew were good were the e.l.f. Bite Size eyeshadow palettes. Those are available on Amazon. This palette has really, really pretty packaging, and here is what the inside looks like. Definitely more, maybe a little on the cool tone side, a little bit different than colors than I normally wear here on my channel. But again, I'm excited to test this out. These are so incredibly soft. Oh wow, they're really, really pigmented on the finger. So I'm hoping they perform that same way on the eye. And it does have that same butter bronzer type of smell, but it's definitely not as strong. So I think starting off, I'm going to go in with this one right here. Oh, these do have shades actually. So this one is called Beach Beige, this more cool tone matte brown right here. These are very, very soft eyeshadows, and right from dipping in the pan, can you guys see that is really, really powdery. I already did prime my eyes and everything. So let's see how this palette applies. So far, it's performing okay. Definitely not the worst eyeshadow that I've tried, but I don't think it's the best either. Definitely took me a few dips in the pan to build it up to this, and I also feel like it's kind of darkening up on the edges and kind of sticking here. Like you can really see that shape, and it's not blending out super well on the edges. I feel like this side looks a little bit more diffused. I think I just took a little bit more time building this side up, and this side I went in initially with too much product. So to kind of try to blend that out and soften it up around the edges, I'm going to take this shade up here, which is called Vacation. I'm just going to take that shade and try to lighten up these edges and do a little bit more blending, but this shade is extremely powdery as well. Hopefully that's pulling okay on camera. Next, I'm going to take the dark brown shade in that same quad down here called Off the Coast, and I'm going to use this on the outer corner as well as up into my crease. These shades have so much fallout. I know I keep saying it, but it's actually a lot of fallout. It's going everywhere as soon as I dip my brush into the pan. I'm going to pack this dark brown shade on the outer corner and then run this slightly up into the crease. I feel like that shade is kind of light, so I want to deepen up this area a little bit. Honestly, not bad. I thought this shade was going to be a lot scarier and a lot harder to work with based off of how much powder and fallout came out of the brush and onto the pan and stuff like that. But I just made sure to give my brush a really nice tap, and I think it worked pretty well. I really like the eyeshadows. As I mentioned, definitely not like the absolute best eyeshadows that I've ever used. This green color in the middle here called Rainforest Queen is calling my name, especially because of the shirt that I'm wearing, and look at how beautiful and pigmented this looks. So I think I am going to go in with a little bit of this, but not all the way forward on the eye. I think I'm just going to push this on the center with my finger. Actually, I think I'm just going to go all over the lid with this olive green. It is such a beautiful formula, and I think it's reflective enough that it won't look like too dark on the eye, but if anything, I could go ahead and layer it with the gold. But I really just want this like all over my lid right now. It is so beautiful. The formula of these metallics also apply really nicely with the brush. I'm just going in with this little brush from Alamar Cosmetics now to fill in any little gaps that my finger couldn't reach. All right, and as beautiful and as sultry as I think the olive green is looking, I do still want to go ahead and lighten it up, but instead of using a gold, I'm going to go in with the shade Reservation for Two, which is this beautiful, almost like a taupey silver shade. I just think this is going to look really pretty to lighten up the olive green. So I'm just going to press this kind of right on the center of the lid to mix in with the green shade just to lighten up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am kind of having some mixed feelings about this palette. The first shade was like okay, then I liked the second shade, and I like the green as well, but I feel like the eyeshadows are just kind of sticking, and I'm getting a little bit of gapping, like where the green and that brown kind of are supposed to meet. They're not really meeting too well, and I keep applying eyeshadow and then it kind of opens up again in that area. I don't know if I would have paid full price for this palette. Again, I got it on sale on Amazon, but if you guys want to shop eyeshadow from Amazon, I probably would just pick the e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadow palettes to be safe, especially just the neutral ones. Maybe I should have just went with the e.l.f. palette to show you guys my favorite, but I figured it would be like a little challenge. I'm not totally obsessed with how all of these shadows are performing. For mascara, there are tons of different drugstore mascaras available on Amazon. My favorite though is always the Essence Lash Princess. It is only $4.99 on Amazon, and of course 2-day free shipping. If you guys get this in the store, I believe this is something that is still always going to be $5 if you go to Ulta, but again, it's just so convenient off of Amazon. This one that I'm using today is specifically the waterproof formula, but I really do like either the waterproof or the non-waterproof, but let me tell you guys, the waterproof is like literal glue on your eyelashes. It takes me a lot to get this off at the end of the day. I usually have to use a cleansing oil of some sort. Oof, I don't know, you guys, I feel like I am looking kind of scary if I'm being honest with you. I just don't really like these eyeshadows, and I don't know, I don't like the brows either, to be honest with you. I should have just gotten all stuff that I really truly loved on Amazon. I thought trying out new stuff would be like fun. Well, I guess it is, because you guys can see that I'm not really liking it too much, but I'm just going to move on. Now for my base, I have a ton of my favorite products, so hopefully only up from here with this video. But to prime my face, I'm going in with Maybelline's Master Prime Primer and Base Blur and Pore Minimize Primer. Really standard universal primer for all skin types. It's one of those clear silicone primers that just does a really nice job at smoothing out the skin and filling in pores. Foundation really just glides on so seamlessly on top of this primer, and it's around $7 on Amazon. So as far as foundation goes on Amazon, there are a ton of different drugstore ones on Amazon. All of my favorites are available on Amazon. Of course, the Maybelline Superstay, Milani Conceal and Perfect, the Dream Satin Liquid, e.l.f.'s Flawless Satin, Flawless Finish Foundation, whatever it's called. Pretty much all of my top 5 drugstore foundations can be found on Amazon, and again, I find for way cheaper than you would be able to get inside of the drugstore. But you guys know me, I am a creature of habit, and I just love this foundation so much. I have to use it again in this video because it's my all-time favorite. So Maybelline Superstay, please don't be mad at me for using this again. It is the only foundation that currently matches me right now in the summer. I don't have a summer shade in any of my other foundations, so Superstay 130 is my only match right now. So I'm so sorry for overusing this, but you can find this on Amazon anywhere from $7 to $9, and typically in the store this could go up as high as $12 or $13. I did a pump and a half of 130, and then I also did another pump of 120 just to lighten it up a little bit. I'm not at my absolute tannest right now, but I still need that more tan undertone of the 130 foundation. And today I am applying that with my L'Oreal Infallible Face Sponge, one of my favorite sponges from the drugstore. Of course, also available on Amazon. I mean, how could I not use this foundation every day, you guys? It is just seriously the absolute best, and as you guys can see, this sponge does not absorb any of the product. I'm able to spread it all around my face and still maintain a really nice coverage. So now I'm going to pop on my concealer. I feel like I desperately need some concealer with this more dark smoky eye. Again, I got so much fallout from those shadows. I feel like it almost stained my under eye a little bit, even though I tried to wipe it off. So I did purchase a old favorite on Amazon that I actually ran out of. This is Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. I used to rave about this all the time on my channel, and I did always purchase it off of Amazon, but I didn't have it anymore in my collection, so I repurchased it in the shade 020 Light Beige. I'm hoping this will be a good shade match for me in the summer. This one actually might be a little light too, but I'm just going to go with it. I really love the consistency of this concealer because it's nice and thick and really creamy, but it also provides that really nice high coverage as well underneath the eyes. I'm going to hit the concealer with my handheld fan for a second just to kind of let it dry down a little bit before blending it out. I feel like it's one of those thin consistencies that's getting a little sucked up into my sponge, so I want it to dry down a little bit before I blend it now. All right, so there is the Catrice concealer all applied. I like it, but I don't love it. As I said, a lot of these products that I purchased seem like they're not going to be my favorites. They're not working out for me, although I did used to use this concealer in the past and I thought it was like so amazing. I think I'm just used to other concealers, maybe just more coverage, and this one is looking kind of dry and crepey underneath my eyes. I don't know if you guys can see, but I feel like my under eyes have just looked a lot smoother with my e.l.f. concealer, my Too Faced concealer. I think that's really funny how my makeup taste has changed so much. I do like this. It's a nice long lasting like medium coverage concealer, but it's just not amazing. So now really quickly, I'm just going in, setting my face with my tried and true Maybelline Fit Me powder. Nothing new here. I love this powder so much. Available for around $5 on Amazon. Really inexpensive. So I'm just going to set the whole face using my sponge and this powder. To bronze my skin today, I'm going in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Now I know again this is a little bit more pricey for the drugstore, but it is an amazing bronzer, definitely one of the best that I've tried from the drugstore. And a lot of times on Amazon this does go on sale for like $7 or $8, which is a huge savings on this. I believe this is typically $14 or $15. But if you guys have tried this bronzer, then you'll know it is worth the full price, and it is just such a nice bronzer. This one I wear in the shade Deep Bronzer, which honestly isn't that deep. So sorry you guys, my camera died while I was in the middle of my bronzer, so I just finished it up really quickly before I got up to change my battery. But now I'm just going to take a little bit more of the butter bronzer and just contour the sides of my nose with this, because I was a little heavy-handed on the outer perimeters of my face. I don't know, you guys, I feel like it's just one of those days where I'm having a bad makeup day, even though I'm using a lot of products that I know I love. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that, but I'm just going to finish up the bronzer by bronzing up my nose and contouring my nose, trying to also even out the heavier bronze that I have going on the rest of my face. One of my favorite blush formulas, the Milani Baked Blushes, are available on Amazon. Today I'm going to use the shade Berry Amore. I love these baked blushes because they give the most beautiful soft wash of color on the cheek. So I'm just going to lightly throw some on the cheek, a little bit on the nose. I've kind of been playing around with that lately, but really just to add most colors to the cheek, going back with the bronzer. And then for my highlight and my glow today, I'm going to be using Milani's Stellar Lights highlighter palette in the shade Rose Glow. Milani has a lot of awesome products on their Amazon page, so I definitely would recommend checking them out if you guys are interested in shopping your makeup off of Amazon. They have a lot to choose from. They don't have like all of the makeup that they have on their normal website, but they do have a lot of their best sellers and a lot of their most popular staples on their Amazon shop. Oh, and also speaking of Amazon shops, if you guys do want to shop all of these products, I am a part of Amazon's influencer program, so I will have my makeup favorites and all of the products linked directly to my Amazon shop down below. If you guys do shop through my Amazon shop or any of my links, I will make a small commission. So thank you so much in advance if you choose to support me and my channel in this way. I'm always looking to upgrade everything for my channel and put all of that money right back into making content for you guys, but definitely no pressure. The links are down there if you want to shop. Now to finish up the eyes, I'm going to highlight the inner corner with the shade over here called Coconut Kiss. Just a light champagne-y kind of shade. And then on the lower lash line, I'm going to be taking the same olive green that I have on my lid and just smoking that underneath there. Now that my eyes are done, which again, I'm not crazy about them. I don't know if it's just like the different sultry look or these actual eyeshadows, but there's like fallout again all over my face from this Physicians Formula palette, but my eyebrows seem to be kind of fading, I feel like. So I am just going to go back in with the Total Temptation eye pencil and just try to deepen them up a little bit. Okay, I think that is much better for the eyebrows. They were just like not even there, I felt like, and they just needed a little bit more like oomph to them. Now I really like them. Last but not least, for the lips, I'm going to use my favorite lip liner ever, which is an Amazon exclusive, the House Laboratories by Lady Gaga lip liner. This one is in the shade Endpoint. Finally, I'm just going to be topping that off with Trace Steek's lip glaze in Georgia Peach. This is one of my favorite peachy shades, and it's also going to add a really beautiful glossy shine to the lips. Mine's like a little messy because I use it all the time. Do you guys see how beautiful and peachy that is? I love these lip glazes because it's a really nice in-between of a lipstick and a lip gloss. and they are so comfortable and hydrating on the lips. All right, you guys, so that is the finished look. That is my full face using Amazon makeup. It was a long journey to get here. I feel like I just struggled a lot with doing my makeup today. As I mentioned, although a lot of these products are my favorites, you know, just sometimes you have an off makeup day, but I really hope that this video turned out okay anyway. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this video. I just wanted to keep it real with you guys and show you that, of course, testing new products doesn't always work out. I'm really not into this Physicians Formula palette. There were a couple moments there where I thought I was going to like it, but it's just not my favorite, and I definitely do not think that you guys need to go spend $16 on this. I think if you can catch it again for $5 and you really want to test it out, then totally go for it. But I'm telling you guys that I don't really think you need this palette. I definitely think you can stick with like the $2.99 e.l.f. bite-sized palettes on Amazon. Those are a lot better than this. This was just a little bit iffy for me. All in all, although I feel like this video was a little bit of a hot mess, I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this full face of Amazon makeup anyway. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you guys here as part of my little YouTube fam. If you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos, click that notification bell down below and you'll get notified every single time that I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.